Okay, in this video, we're going to determine whether an equation defines a function. Okay, so for a graph to be a function, every x value can only have one and only one y value. Okay, so this would be a function. Okay, so if I plug in an x, I can only get one answer out for y that would be equal to x. Right? This is a function because if I plug in an x, there's only one answer for y that I could get. So in other words, on this one, let's choose an x to be, say, 3. Okay. What does y have to be to equal that equation? Well, obviously it has to be 3, right? Is there any other number that y could be in this scenario? Well, the answer is no. If x is 3 in this scenario, then y has to be 3, so that is a function. Let's say in this one, let's choose 3 again. So we've got x squared. 3 squared equals y, which is 9 is equal to y. So what y value do you have to have that corresponds with x being a 3? Well, obviously, it's got to be 9, right? So 9 equals 9. There's no other number that y could be to make this equation true. Okay, so both of these are considered functions. Now, on this last one, let's say x is equal to 9. Okay, and so we get 9 equals y squared. Now, what could y be in this case to make it into a 9, to make this equation an equation? Well, y could be 3, right? Because we know that 3 squared equals 9. So if y was equal to 3, that would work. But what about negative 3? If we get negative 3, would we also get positive 9? Well, the answer is yes, we would. So we've got two different possibilities for y that correspond with only one number for x. So I've made x equals 9, and we've got two different answers for y. That means this one is not a function. So this one is not. These two are, this one is not. Okay, and a rule of thumb, anytime you have a y with an exponent of 2, then it's not going to be a function. Okay, so let's look down here. Let's see if these represent functions. Okay, so you've got y is equal to 3x minus 4. Okay, so you can just choose a random number if you want to try it that way. Choose a random number for x. Let's say we choose 6. Okay, so if I say x is equal to 6, then it would be 3 times 6 minus 4. Okay, that's 18 here. Minus 4 is 14. So y is equal to 14. Okay, so y has to be 14. There's no other thing that y can be to make this equation true. When x is equal to 6, y has to be 14. Okay, it doesn't have a square on it or anything like that. So this is a function. You put in one x value out and you get one y value back. Okay, put in one x value, get out one y value every time. That is a function. Okay, now on this one, notice we have the exponent, the squared exponent, so I can choose a value for x. Let's say x is equal to negative 3. So y squared is equal to negative 3 times negative 3. What is negative 3 times negative 3? That's 9. Okay, so you get y squared is equal to 9. And just like up here, what two ways are there to make this equation true? Y squared equal to 9. What would y have to be? Well, 3 squared gives you 9. But negative 3 squared also gives you 9. So that's two answers for y for one value of x. That means it is not a function. Okay. On this one, it's another basic linear equation. We could choose a value for any value we want. Let's choose y or x equals 1. So it'll be 8 times 1, which is 9. So what does y have to be to make this equation true when x is equal to 1? Well, y has to be 9. There's no other number it could be to make this equation true. If we put a 9 here, then 9 equals 9, and that's true. So this is a function. Only one y value corresponds with the x value that we put in. Okay, and then last we've got this quadratic looking graph or function here. Maybe it's a function. So let's just choose a value for x. So we've got y is equal to 2 over 5. What do we want x to be? Let's make x be 5. Okay, so I put a 5 in there and I square it. Of course, 5 squared is 25. So I get y is equal to 2 over 5 times 25. Okay. And that's going to reduce here. 5 goes into 25 5 times. So we get y is equal to 10. Is there anything else y can be if x is equal to 5? Is there any number other than 10 that y can be to make this true? And the answer is no. 10 is the only one. 10 equals 10 is the only way you can make that work. So this one is a function. So notice all the ones that were solved for y, those were functions. And in general, that's going to be true. If you only have one y and it's by itself on the left side, that's going to be a function. Okay. Notice the ones that had a y squared term, those were not functions because that gave the ability to have more than one y answer for one x.